By now, I believe you have heard what happened to Peter Obi. I mean, his family. Sometimes I wonder why this kind of things happen in Nigeria. I mean, there are certain things that should never happen to some people, to any Nigeria. But that was what happened to Peter Obi's family within just a few hours ago. And in this video here in Noble Media, we are going to analyze it and give you the full information as it happened. This is a demolition that just happened, one of the buildings of Peter Obi's brother in where? In Lagos State. So let me give you the full picture before I allow Peter Obi to tell us. This is the building just brought down, demolished down. Why? Because the person probably is from a certain part of the country, or because the person is related to Mr. Peter Obi. Okay, let's see the information. I am reading the analysis that Peter Obi gave in his official Twitter handle. Then I will now explain to you, analyze, because in this our Noble Media I will give you real up-to-date information. That's why you need to subscribe. Click on subscribe now. We'll give you up-to-date information, then we analyze it for proper understanding. Peter Obi said just few hours ago on his official Twitter handle, he said, any society where lawlessness overrides the rule of law is not destined to be a heaven for investors. You know, Nigeria has been saying we want investors. Nigeria is a good place to do business and all the rest. He's saying, if our country is lawless, how are we now going to attract investors? Recent reports showing that Nigeria's human rights indicators have worsened merely highlights several shortfalls in government protection for civil liberties, personal security, and basic living standards. This is what a lot of us have been crying since. Okay, I know what I have been going through as a person. Peter Obi said, I know what I have been going through as a person in abuse of my human right. That is human right in many cases since he started this vying for presidency, even before 2023. They have been tackling the man left, right, and center. Just because I contested a presidential election, which I have legitimate lies to do. So I imagine what small business owners, regular citizens, and vulnerable communities face every day. If so, he's saying, if him, Peter Obi, as big as he is, as influential, popular, rich as he is still facing all this attack, demolitions, attack left, right, and center, he's now saying, imagine what people like me and you, ordinary citizens, are going through, small business owners. If this level of lawlessness can happen to someone with a registered company and legitimate means, what hope does the ordinary Nigerian have? We move on. I hope you are following. This morning, this is now the demolition. My youngest brother called me frantically. Peter Obi's youngest brother, family member, informing me that a group of people had invaded his company property in Ikeja, Lagos, and were demolishing the building. He had just come in from Port Harcourt and was denied entry into the property by security men who told him the building was being pulled down. Can you imagine? They did not inform them. They just came, brought bulldozers, started crashing down somebody's building. They even informed him that this demolition has started over the weekend. As a peace-loving Nigerian, he quickly started processing to go to court immediately, not knowing what must have resulted in this, as they moved fast to destroy his home without any restraint. Now, Peter Obi rushed to Lagos from Abuja after the call and headed straight to the property. On arrival, Peter Obi saw security people who tried to prevent him from entering the property. Can you imagine? This is a live account from, we are not making this up. That is why when we say Nigeria needs a change in leadership, everything rises and falls on leadership. I mean, when people in power use their power to witch hunt others, what do you expect? I humbly pleaded with them that the property belongs to my brother's company, and from the records, the company had owned the property over a decade. They have been using this very company for more than 10 years. Why did they just wake up yesterday and start demolishing the building? They told me that they had a court judgment, and I immediately requested for it. You would not believe that the court judgment they claim was issued against an unknown person and squatters. I went further to ask about a demolition order or permit, and there was none. How do you sue an unknown person? How does a court issue a judgment in such a farce of a case? No one was served, no name was written, yet they showed up with excavators, bulldozers, and began to destroy a structure that has stood for over 15 years. Can you imagine? Nigerians, those of you that are against Peter Obi or supporting Peter Obi, see, when people like us cry for better leadership, it is not out of sentiment. It is not because you want a Southerner, or you want an Easterner, or you want an Igbo person, or you want a Yoruba person. No, this kind of thing can happen to anybody. You can see what's happening in Benue State, in the north. I mean, people are not going to farm. It's everywhere, and that is because the leaders are not living up to their expectation. Imagine if they use this kind of force against the headers, the headers killing people, against the Fulani herdsmen, the marauding Fulani herdsmen. Imagine if they use this kind of force on them. I immediately asked the excavators for the person who had sent them, and they said they didn't know anyone, but they were only informed to come and demolish the house. Can you imagine? Hey. I immediately told them to tell whoever it is that I would like to speak with them, if they can call my number, which I shared with the excavators, so that I can speak with whomever gave them the order to demolish the house, the property. Things are happening, things are happening in this country. And do you know why I need you to subscribe? So that you can get updates whenever we post them. One of the reasons why we keep speaking out on this noble media platform is that these things can happen to anybody. I mean, a lot of people's building has been demolished in several parts of Nigeria, especially in Lagos, especially the Easterners, the Southeasterners. Okay, you go there, one government gives you permit, you start building. Before you know it, the next government come and pull everything down. Why do you think these things are happening? I stood there from 10 a.m., 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, waiting to get a call at least, and nobody called or came. The contractors even said he didn't know who sent him. 2 men later came and said they would like us to go to a police station. I asked if they even had a demolition order, but they had nothing. The whole situation screamed of coordinated lawlessness and impunity. Our country has become lawless. Peter Obi is saying that this nation has become lawless. A country without laws. That means it's like an animal kingdom. An animal kingdom. No wonder some people called it a zoo. I just started reminiscing about how just over the weekend I had a meeting when someone told me how he has investments in Ghana, Senegal, and the Benin Republic, but wouldn't touch Nigeria despite his market being here. I asked him why. His answer was piercing. Nigeria is a lawless country. Until we have laws that protect people, nobody will invest in Nigeria. Nobody. Because if people hear about this, if you are an investor and you hear all these stories, will you want to bring $1 billion or $1 million and invest in a situation where they can just wake up? And that's why we admonish, we are using this media to admonish Nigerian government to please stop the marketing Nigeria. Stop witch hunting people, whether the person is a politician, a business person, a northerner, a Fulani person, a good Fulani person, a good Igbo person. Once the person is law abiding, why witch hunting the person? There is a way to do things. I was just shocked. How did Nigeria get to this level of lawlessness? What kind of country are we trying to build when the rights of citizens, their lives, their properties, and their voices are trampled upon daily. Do you know the worst thing is that these things keep happening? Nobody knows the one that will happen today or tomorrow or next month, and nobody knows who it will happen to. Today Nnamdi Kanu is in prison. Why headers that are killing people are moving around? Where is the justice? I remain committed to a better Nigeria where lawlessness will be a thing of the past, protection of life and property, respect for human rights, care for the less privileged, and basic education for all children. This is what Peter, let me say it, what he said again. Peter Obi said that he remains committed to a better nation where lawlessness will be a thing of the past. Protection of life and property will be the order of the day. Respect for human life will be the order of the day. Care for the less privileged will be the order. I mean, is this not what we want? Is this not what everybody wants? See the property, how they just brought everything down. Imagine how much this property has cost people to erect, at a point where a bag of cement is 10,000 plus, at a point where things are so costly. How will this business survive? And not only is this owner of this business affected, not only is people affected, the workers, the staff of this business, they are affected. How will they get employment? Already there is a lot of unemployment. How will they get jobs? How will their family eat? So this is the whole mess we are in. We are approaching a new election. Everybody shine your eyes, vote the right candidate. Please come under the comment and type vote the right candidate, vote the right candidate, vote the right candidate, vote the right candidate. Let us all do the right thing. Let us all do the right thing. Please, if you have not subscribed, click on subscribe right now. Click on subscribe so that you get live information as they are happening. Then click on like. I want you to like this video, then share this video. Support our channel, share this video, like this video, subscribe. And when you subscribe, please come under the comment of this video and type I have subscribed. If you are a supporter of Peter Obi, please let me know in the comment section. If you subscribe, come under this video and type I have subscribed. There is an important video on the screen. I'm giving it to you free of charge. Click on it and watch now.